You mean we need a translator?
Друг мой, ты идешь? Садись.
Hello.
Good. Hi, I see you. I see you. Now, are we good to go? I want it to be very, very brief, so short. We don't want to take more than 45 minutes, maximum 30 minutes. Yeah.
All
Is
right.
that okay? Yeah.
That's okay, yes.
So the first question is about okay, let me start with some reactions that people gave in the last meeting we had with her. Somebody said, I love Anastasiia. She's so even, calm, not agitated, as eaters and drinkers. I watched and listened to this video a few times already, soaking up words and making my own version of this autonomy in time. That is somebody in our reacted in what we did last time. Another one said, we are so blessed. This is Jerome, the one who did the interview with you today in the morning. We are so blessed to have this knowledge today. Thank you, Anastasiia, once again for your teaching. And thank you, Eric, for tireless translation. Another person said, makes perfect sense, super powerful, interesting. It made me change my life listening to this. These are people who are in the YouTube. These are reactions from these people, from different kind of people. And hi, everyone. What's the movie title? I think that was the movie that you told us about. I've forgotten the name now. And can someone link the first interview? Okay, that's okay. We did that. I'm interested in what Anastasiia uses for contraception. Now, this is a question. I'm interested in what Anastasiia uses for contraception, or is it the case that autonomous people can choose whether to conceive or not? This is about contraception, conceiving, something like that, and autonomy.
Okay. All right, so translate. Также было много очень комментов, да, вот самое главное, что вопрос, что хочется знать, это вот как про контрацепцию, и если ты что-то используешь, чтобы не забеременеть, или автономные как бы люди могут это контролировать?
Нет, если дело касается, допустим, там каких-то венерических заболеваний, то на автономии это исключено.
Да, а
именно вопрос беременности нет, не использую вообще ничего. И считаю, что чем больше детей вообще будет, да, тем лучше.
So the answer from Anastasiia is that she doesn't use any contraception, and about the kids, right? She wants and desires to have as many kids as possible as it will be possible, right? So there is no fear about getting pregnant, and yeah, again, she doesn't use any contraception. This is the answer. Have you heard me?
Yes, I've heard you. She doesn't use any contraception. How about autonomy and malaria? Does a person who live autonomous lifestyle get infected with malaria? Especially we are living here in the tropics. There's a lot of malaria around where I am here. So does this affect you people up there?
Скажи, что любые насекомые, любые животные, любые вирусы, любые бактерии, это все безопасно для человека. Такая болезнь, как малярия, та же самая, да, что вроде комары являются разносчиками ее. То есть насекомые только показывают проблему в теле, да, показывают то, что человек просто ест. Для неспящего человека любой вирус – это полная безопасность. Все вирусы друзья человека.
So any virus, sickness, I mean bacteria, you know, in the case of malaria, it's the same. It's just an indication that you live not right life, right? There are like friends indicating us that we eat too much, right? And the bugs and of course those bugs that bring the malaria, they just help us see this in us, right? They like wake us up, they invite us to be pleasant and to you know, and if we get malaria again, this is just an indication that you have to change something in your life.
Okay, good.
Now, is it well heard?
Yes, I've heard you. But then there's something, the reason why I'm asking this, some people said also that people who are living autonomous lifestyle don't get bitten by insects, even like mosquito or any other kind of insects. Is it really true? Insect bites. A person living in autonomous lifestyle doesn't have any insect bites. Is that true?
Again, what's true? When you can go open the door and tell to wait, tell him to sit on the couch. Wait, okay? I'm sorry. I'm just yeah. I had to make some instructions quick. Okay. So you were asking about the insects and bugs, right? And what is exactly truth? You mean that they don't bite when you are fully autonomous?
Yes, I've heard something like that. They don't bite. Is it true?
Yeah. Okay. Это правда, что когда ты на полной автономии, вот эти комары, всякие вот, да, все, что можешь себя кусать, да, кусала до того, как ты не было на автономии, но когда на автономии уже не кусает.
Правда, когда человек начинает пить что-то, ну, как бы, вообще любое, что употребляет, это комары сразу, моментально на него прилетают. И вообще любые насекомые.
So yes, it is true, and even if the person just starts to drink, you know, the mosquitoes or any other insect or bugs, they're just, you know, fly to you and bite you again. So that is true that when you are fully autonomous, nothing bites you. Yeah.
Okay. We may, I don't know, maybe there could be a reason, but the insect doesn't see you as food now. They feel they are part and parcel of their ecosystem. Okay. Now, I really need to understand this point. This is exactly the reason why I needed this meeting today. At a point, Anastasiia came back to food. I needed to know the reason and maybe the feelings during that time. What makes her come back to food, and then during the time she's eating, that's actually what we needed to discuss, because there's a point. I think there's a time we were doing with her an interview, and somebody said that her face changed because we did about 2-3 interviews, and there's one interview that somebody said her face changed, and then because I have Russian people who are in the autonomous living lifestyle, sometimes she makes a lot of videos there. So there's some things they hear from there. They again tell me, oh, you know what, Anastasia is no longer in dry days, but she's coming back very soon, or something like that. So first of all, what makes you to stop the dry days that now you come back to food, and which type of food you take?
Также вот спрашивают, что делает, вот что, какая у тебя мотивация, когда ты идешь назад к еде, да? Когда ты вот была на автономии, но потом как бы step back, да, и к еде, к какой еде, и вот у тебя тоже меняется физиология, да, лицо, да, и вот что. Почему ты еще идешь?
Потому что очень много пластов, да, различных, которые нужно было пройти. Допустим, тема полиамории, да, для меня была, которую я открывала. Тема, опять же, свободы денег. Потом тема, как мы с тобой говорили, да, вот политического строя, да, при котором мы проживаем, но это опять же про деньги, да? Вот тема полиамории была очень актуальна, да, то есть вот тема любви, полиамории, она была такой очень важной проработкой. То есть вот нет как бы, это не ровный путь, да, то есть здесь нужно понимать, что это как то же самое, что спросить, а почему вы едите 3 раза в день, да? У людей, фига вы это делаете?
Не знаю.
Да, то есть для меня в этом году вообще год был такой, да, достаточно интересный, но сложный. Я раскрывала абсолютно новую тему полиамории, тему любви, потому что я поняла, что один партнер, частная собственность, капитализм, который распространяется и на человека, это то есть автономить невозможно. При одном партнере и вообще при отсутствии физического контакта, телесного и сексуального.
So the answer will be the following: that the path is not straight line as much as with anything, right? So it's there are a lot of like levels, you know, a lot of aspects to open up for yourself, to learn to trust yourself, you know, because you are becoming more sensitive with the autonomous lifestyle, and you open up for yourself a lot of new things. And for Nastya, the past year, the very good realization, and the most important one, she says, because yeah, that was polyamory. It's like polygamy, you know. She was discovering this in herself, learning to trust herself about this, because she didn't hear people talk about that, even on social media, right? And for in order to be autonomous, fully autonomous, the polyamory, the polygamy is really important. To be open to everybody, right? To not close, to not be like in capitalism, one person, you own one person and you own each other, something, right? So it's the total freedom, it's total acceptance, everybody around you. It's body contact, it's soul contact, heart-to-heart contact. It's just everything, just being present with every person you meet, right? And it's like when you accept them, you accept yourself fully, and this is how you use your potential and your power fully, right, for your autonomy.
На человека,
no, but yeah, so it's like, you know, again, the capitalism, you know, you have one person and you own, it's like you own them, right? And that's it, there is no growth.
Так же, как сейчас на собственные вещи, скажем, да, там на дом, на машину, так же на человека.
It's like it went on people, right? We say it about people because we used to have the things, right? House, car, and we own it, and we apply it to people as well. We own, we have this contract marriage, right? We have kids the same way we treat kids, like it's our thing, right? It's our, and it's also, and it's all closed, right? The family is very closed union, which doesn't have much potential to grow or develop, and it's just, you know, it's like stagnant energy. It's like dying some energy inside the house, which doesn't move much. And how can you live autonomous lifestyle if autonomy is all about really explosive energy, which you move around so quickly, you know, and it's just not about autonomy. This lifestyle is just. So, yeah, specifically this year she was coming to this, and of course it made her, you know, this new realizations made her step back, and you know, as again, it's not straight path. She didn't realize it all at once and just went for it, right? And she steps back, just like baby learns to walk. It walks 2 steps, 1 step back, or falls, right? So it's just still a process to have this full autonomy. And when she comes back, she of course eats fruit or vegetable, fresh, not cooked, right?
У меня там были, конечно, срывы на шоколад, потому что и у меня там было несколько срывов на варенку, но в основном это был шоколад, потому что это типичная тема закрытости в любви, сладкая любовь.
So specifically in the case of when she was discovering polygamy, right? She was really suppressing, like, of course, she started to realize the truth about it, but again, at the beginning she was confused to trust it, to not trust it, you know, she was still learning about it, and she was stepping back and even eating chocolate, and a lot of chocolate, because she points out the fact that the sweetness, right, when you want a lot of sweetness in your life, when you need a lot of sugar or chocolate, it's just a replacement for love, right? If you have a lot of love and in your life, really being open and physical contact, you don't need any sweets. You don't need any sweets, and hence, yeah, you live as you should. Hello, can you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you very well.
Yeah, I just so.
You have hanged. Your network has hanged. Sorry for that. So I'm not able to hear you now because it's like you're hanging. Yeah, you're gone. But when you are back, there will be these questions to be answered, about 10 questions from previous meeting. And there's a question that is here in the on the YouTube. So, okay, you're back. You're back. So are you able to hear me now?
Hello, sorry. Yeah, I hear you now, but I cannot see you.
You can't see me. No problem. No problem.
Okay.
But
All
now,
right. All right.
Is this during the time now she's taking, like now the chocolate or maybe some fruits? During this time, is it something that she does consistently? Like now, if you say eating today, tomorrow, like that continuously, or these things have also breaks in between? Maybe you eat today, and then another 3, 4, 5 days she's not eating. Is it a continuous thing, and then she stops it again once, or it is something that is irregular? Then she's eating, but not daily. Were you able to hear my question anyway, Ivana? Oh, network has become a problem. Wow. Sorry for this. So it means I will just put these questions, we'll ask them maybe tomorrow. Because we have about 11 questions from one person. And there's also one more question from another person from YouTube. This is one or two questions. It seems your microphone. Your microphone is muted. Maybe you unmute.
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
now you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yes, I'm sorry, we have kind of bad connection, internet connection this evening.
Скажи, что сейчас очень важный вопрос, мы хотим поговорить. Very important, да? Question.
The last question is a really important one. So can you please maybe repeat, because the internet cut off, but we understood somehow the basic idea about it, but if you can.
Yeah, just when she's back to eating, does she do it continuously, like today, tomorrow, the day after tomorrow, continuously for some time? And how long is that time? Is it a month or 2 weeks or how long? Then, or is it with the break? Yeah, is it with break?
Я всегда ем раз. Если у меня откат, один раз, и снова ухожу на автономию. Она может быть как бы разной по времени. Да? То есть, но я всегда ем разово. То есть не день, да, а один раз.
So when there is such a step back, she eats at one time. That's it. She eats and then goes back to autonomy. Right? She goes back. It might be how many days, I don't know, a few days or a longer period of time autonomy again. Like, no, it's just different. But the point is that when she eats at once, and that's all, right? And goes back into.
И очень важно сказать, что я даже на длительную автономию могу уйти с шоколадки. И вся вот эта концепция чисток, она как бы изначально была провальная и вредная.
So even after chocolate, she can go straight to autonomy, because, for example, we have this concept of cleaning, before you go into fasting or something like that. So it's a misconception, it's wrong. There is nothing to clean and no need to clean, right? You can go straight to autonomy after,
И скажу, что когда я была в Москве, у меня был даже откат на вареную еду, и с нее тоже я ушла в автономию.
So even when she was in Moscow, she had a step back even for the cooked food. But she ate once, and right after that she went back to autonomy. Yeah.
То есть это концепция, что ты грязный, что ты бедный, да? Автономия, она меняется на концепцию, что ты уже чистый, тебе не нужно чиститься, как ты уже богатый, тебе не нужно умирать.
So the concept about that you are dirty, you need to be cleaned for some period of time, detoxed, this kind of stuff is wrong, because when you understand autonomy, you know that you are from the beginning, you are clean, you are rich, you are powerful, and this is the most important thing to understand, to have it here, awareness of it, right?
И мой друг Слава Тимошенко, он тоже в длительный период автономии очень, да, он сейчас на автономии, и он, я знаю просто это, да, и он также абсолютно чувствует и думает о том, что как бы заходит, да, вот, может зайти с разных вообще, да, то есть он там говорил, что был на дне рождения там у мамы, да, в Крыму, всего поели, и потом ушел на автономию.
So she has a friend, and even his experience is kind of the same, because, for example, there was a case that her friend, his mother had a birthday, and he would pretty much consume a lot of different things which he wouldn't normally, but it just happened. And right after that, he could go into autonomy with no problem if you do it right.
Ну, я не говорю о том, что нужно есть там вареную еду или шоколад. Конечно, с руки зайти легче. Просто сама концепция чисток, она очень вредоносная и опасная.
She doesn't say that, of course, you can eat chocolate and cooked food with, like, normal like that. It's not okay, of course, but it happens, right? But she just wanna point out that you don't need to clean yourself before, like, you made something like that, and some people would think I need to clean myself before I go to autonomy, but no, that is not true. Of course, after the raw food, it's much easier to step into to start the autonomy the first few days, right? But from after that, other
даже если у вас так случилось, даже если у ребят так случилось, скажем, да, что они не должны себя мучить, чиститься, делать клизмы, там, пить кастроль и так далее.
What, even if it happened, right? Anything can happen. So it's just not straight path. So even if that happened, do not, blame yourself and go to clean yourself for a few days, do some animals, or even, consume something, I don't know what. So it's just going straight into autonomy. This is the best way, because you make much more stress with this cleaning to your body than anything else. So yeah.
Right. And somebody is asking almost a related question directly from the YouTube. Why is the urge to go back to eating and drinking strong when you have decided to become completely self-sufficient?
Почему ты решаешь уйти назад, попить, поесть, если ты решил уже быть, автономным?
Ну, наверное, потому что я не идеальный человек, и ты еще учишься пути так же, как и все, и как бы не беру на себя роль там гуру, учителя, там, да, Иисуса и так далее. Как скажу?
Well, I think it's pretty obvious. We just people. We are not perfect, and when we learn something, we make mistakes. We learn and we get back up. It's not like you. Really, people think like you decide to do something and you start doing it. Like people, even telling themselves, I will start from the Monday doing sport, and they never do that. So it's like it's a learning curve, right? It's not straight path. We are still learning and discovering every day very different aspects of ourselves, and it's just process. It's not like jumping over it. You never do something like that. You go through hell to get to somewhere.
То есть очень много пунктов, которые должны быть изменены, и чтобы постоянно жить на автономии непрерывно. И мы как раз идем к реализации этих пунктов.
So there is a lot of points to change, to realize, right? Because we don't see much content about autonomy, right? Who did that? So we cannot learn from someone already, right? And it's like we go through it by ourselves, discovering ourselves every day. There is so much points that we didn't see before, but we see it now, and we go through that. We work on that. We discern, we filter, we feel, we understand ourselves, we trust ourselves, and we go back up, right? So it's just a process, and we have to understand that points come up every day, pretty much. New points to work on, right? So,
я считаю, что наиболее важно быть честной с людьми, рассказывать про все, что с тобой происходит. Вот, и что наиболее мне не импонирует то, что есть информация какая-то, да, что не меняя какие-то фундаментальные вещи, можно оставаться на автономии. Это дает иллюзию людям, да, что вот они могут автономить в тех условиях, в которых существуют, и ничего не менять для этого.
So,
Правда, да, что
so it's very important to share with people everything as you are experiencing, right? You are not perfect, you are not guru, you are not Jesus Christ, and there is no magic such as that in this case. And to tell people the truth as it is, you know, you went back to food, it's this point is you have to work on, right? This is how this happened, this is how that happens, and you just be really transparent and honest with people, right? So they can be, for them it can be easier, much easier than it was for you, right? So they can understand that they will not force themselves or torture themselves in the environment that we are currently in. It's not possible to be autonomous. We have to change a lot of things, we have to adapt a lot of things, and it has to be said and done in order to help this autonomy state
Люди
to
должны
happen.
знать об этом, потому что они думают, что я плохой, у меня не получается, да.
So and people should know about this. That's why we share everything, and so they don't think they are bad or they are failing, or you know, they blame themselves or something like that, or they think they are weak. You know, that's all normal. It's no straight path, and it's good that we would share everything, right, transparently, so they know what.
Очень важно понимать, да, что деньги, как вот и существующий на сегодняшний день вот этот вот капиталистический строй, да, вообще использование денег и автономия — это абсолютно несовместимые вещи. Когда люди пытаются зарабатывать на, например, как это про наедение, да, то есть это нужно говорить, что это несовместимо, чтобы люди
не заставляют себя, что это невозможно.
Нет, чтобы люди понимали, что если им говорят о том, что полная автономия, да, и при этом какие-то там группы там, зарабатывают деньги на там, курсах по, например, как это называется, про наедение, например, да, что это невозможно. Что быть на автономии, неедении, не пытаться заработать деньги на
So also very important point that when you use money, you can never be autonomous. Because money is a capitalism, is a political, structure which keeps us down, and even those people who teach about autonomy or something like that in their groups and taking money from other people, or even just a regular person working, making money and trying to be autonomous, right, to practice that, will never succeed, because autonomy and money do not exist together.
Wow. That's why we needed to hear that. Okay. There's something just before we go to this other subtopic, on food. When you eat food, do you get sick? Do you get unwell? There's a time I interviewed a lady here, and she said that she has stayed without food for a year, but one time she ate and she felt so sick, I think for 1 week or 2 or 3. And even her friends were telling her, no, don't eat again. Because when you take food, it makes you become unwell. So do you have any uncomfortable feelings when you take the short time you take the food?
Когда ты ешь, ты как бы слабеешь, вот болезнь у тебя даже какая-то может быть, да, вот даже кто-то вот с тех людей, кого он знает, кто автономит, вот не ели, вот поели, 3 недели были очень больными, да, еда очень плохо влияет, когда вот такие вторые.
Да.
Yes, she has the same symptoms. Yes, this is how it works. The food already doesn't make you feel good or make this fake illusion that it's helping you somehow. It's already clearly showing you that it's not for you. Yeah.
Скажи, что да, все болезни возвращаются.
Every illness or everything comes back but it's coming back even, really with force, and just here appearing here, it doesn't wait. It just shows you that the food is not good for you anymore. It's like it's past level, right? It's should be moved forward.
Okay, now I'm through with that part. You had already gone to the part of money, so can we discuss autonomy and money now into details? Why is money and autonomy enemies? Why are they not? They go parallel.
Почему деньги и автономия это несовместимо?
Потому что деньги – это дверь в одиночество и дверь в потребление.
Because money is a door to loneliness and a door to consumption. That is pretty much it. It's simple, yeah. And the consumption, of course, this autonomy and consumption is opposite things, and autonomy and loneliness is opposite things, because on autonomy you are with people, you are the people, right? You are responsible for that, to be with people.
So, for example, if you have a family, how will you now support them? Maybe they are not yet autonomous, but you are now living autonomy. Like now, let me just give an example with her life now. She wants to have babies. One time she's going to have children. How will now these children that belongs to an autonomous person survive without money? Can she now tell us how she's planning? Because these people sometimes maybe will need some things to do with the services from the hospitals, or maybe from the government, to get maybe their birth certificates, things like that. How will she manage this totally without money?
So if you will not have money, but you will have kids, how will you manage, the hospital, рожать, да, вот эти свидетельства про рождение, документы всякие.
Поэтому мы и говорим о том, что наша сейчас задача первостепенная, да, это построение нового общества, новой земли, да, комьюнити, где мы все это будем делать по-другому и сами, потому что мы знаем, как это делается.
Легко и просто даже рожается без них.
Конечно, то есть мы говорим о том, что еще раз, да, мы отходим от власти государства над нами, от власти денег, правительства, и мы создаем другое комьюнити, другое общество.
So, that all will be happening in a new community, new environment, organized environment where people are autonomous, and it's not only autonomous, right? But a lot of them are, and it's not like we differentiate and we wanna like separate, autonomous and not autonomous. We accept all, like just pretty much all of them. So, but it will be this kind of community, and so without the government, without the control, without all these illusions that you need hospitals for birthing a child, is just like it's an illness or something, because on autonomy you will not have any problems of illness, or even pain. Birthing a child will be very easy and painless. So it will not be, and no birth certificate will be needed. Like it will be total freedom from government, freedom from the, all this, not needed things, because to be free, right? To be free human.
Okay, that means it's something that is like still developing. It's not something that we can say we have reached.
Of course, это только как бы в процессе развития.
Of course,
it's still the process. We're still going through that, and
чтобы жить на автономии постоянно, скажи, нужно вот это все переделать.
To live a fully autonomous on full autonomy without breaks, right, without comebacks. This environment is very important to establish, because this will be helping a lot, because living in the modern world, which designed to make you to consume, right? It's not possible. It's like telling the person who is addicted to alcohol work on the alcohol factory. It's a madness. Why to torture people? The community will help you to be fully autonomous.
Yes, скажи, что возврат это и происходит, чтобы толкать человека к перестройке мира.
So the comebacks are happening. Why? The very good point is to make you change the environment, the points, the aspects of your life around you. It's like it's moving you towards the right direction. It makes you see and realize things that are not still in the place or not good, that needs to be changed, right? This is very important thing to change, is to have the community of people who do this together, and to start to do that and get closer to the goal village day.
Искать безопасности в людях, а не в деньгах, в объединении, а не в сепарации.
To seek security or safety in people, but not in money, in union, but not in separation or some kind of independence, right? Modern world now that you need to be independent.
И если человек не учитывает все эти условия на благо всего общества, он будет возвращаться назад обязательно.
And if a person doesn't count with all these points, doesn't respect these aspects that needs to be changed, it's the autonomy for that person will never happen, because everything connected, right? It's a system.
То есть не получится ни в коем случае из автономии сделать некий эгоцентричный процесс, где я автоном, абсолютно безразличный к тому, что происходит вовне.
So, and the autonomy is not possible when you have this egocentrism, ego, that you think you can do it alone, you are autonomous and you are powerful, but in the same time being really like not caring about what's happening around you. You're gonna change what's happening around you, because like if you still having a big ego and attached to the things, you will not get to autonomy. But cutting off the things, changing the things around you will get you there, right? So,
Understand?
do you understand?
Yes, very well. And if you allow me, please,
All right,
to read the questions in the chat in YouTube. There are so many questions here, so allow me to read one by one. Is the fear of death if we do not eat or drink an unreal pathological fear? I don't know if you can get that question. Is the fear of death if we do not eat or drink an unreal reason pathological fear? Like is this fear just like an illusion? It's not really a real fear, the fear of death itself, when we are not eating and drinking. Something like that.
I didn't understand very well. So when you don't drink and don't eat,
Не говоришь?
нет. When we don't drink and don't eat, and some fear. Okay, can you please repeat again?
Yeah, it's like when you are not eating and drinking, then the idea of dying comes. Like most of the time, we're told if you fast beyond some days, you'll die. You can't live without food. So this is what this person is asking. Is it like this is just some unreal thing or is it really a real thing, or just a real thing, something that has been placed into our minds? That's the question. Yeah.
So, это как бы о том, что вот кто-то, если это настоящая вещь, да, или нет, как бы вот это не гений, не есть, да, вот как бы, потому что некоторые люди вот, да, верят, что они могут не есть 20 дней, вот потом умрут. Вот так вот как бы психологически это все, да, это как бы связано, да, что надо знать, что ты можешь все, это не определенный как бы период.
Это достаточно длительная работа над собой по перестройке мировоззрения, сознания своего. Это опасно делать, то есть почему были случаи там каких-то, да, и трагические у нас в том числе, потому что человек решает на 30 днях автономии через 20 дней сделать себе чистку, например, или быть вообще одному все это время. То есть это полное непонимание, да, как бы глобальности всего. Скажи мне про глобальность, да, это очень важно.
So, you know, it's like a bigger picture is that, of course, when you didn't change your worldview, your mindset, your you're not conscious enough about what you're doing, what's important, what important components you should count with, right, during doing this fasting or autonomy for extended period of time, right? Because if you still believe that after 20 days you will die, you will, right? And plus, if you don't change, for example, some people would on 30th day of autonomy go and do some cleaning, some enemas, right? And plus staying alone and lonely, you know, it would kill anyone, right? It just, you have to look at the autonomy as big, from the bigger picture, from the you know, to see bigger view, because everything is connected. You have to include a lot of aspects to make it successful or to not die, because a lot of people have died already, and we know that after some extended period of time of fasting, because they were not counting with very, very important aspects to make it work, right? To not be alone, to be active, to be seen, to be, you know, with people, to do what you love, and plus to not, you know, to not, and to understand this in your mind.
В смысле, прости, что перебила, занимаются чистками, на 20-м дне автономии ставят себе клизму. А это может произойти все, что угодно.
So yeah, so it's you know, a lot of things to work on. It's not like you wanna try it and you still believe you can die without food and water. You know, you have to change your you know, to be conscious of it. You have to change your ideas, your programming, right? To work on your yeah, this is pretty much it, because everything is connected, and to be really conscious of everything that you need to work on before you do that, right?
Отношение к миру должно быть изменено, отношение к людям должно быть изменено, отношение к политике, да?
The behavior towards people should be changed. The behavior towards you know, openness, towards you know, all this you know, the around world, just the world view should be changed consciously, understanding that people help you, they don't take your energy, right? They just help you even more, and to be more with people and more open. Is the behavior towards the sexuality, the body sharing, right? should be changed. A lot of aspects that really should be prepared and worked through first in your mind, right? And then you start and practice it for some period of time, you know. Understand that.
То есть люди экономят на всем, да, даже на собственном теле. Они думают, да, что сексуальность это плохо, да, что там, очень многие мужчины пишут, что женщины там у них энергию забирают в процессе секса, в процессе сексуальности.
So it's very important to understand that sexuality, you know, how we look at it, because in this world, current world, we look at it not really good. We look at it very bad, because being sexual, it means accepting yourself and being, you know, like giving your energy. And even some men would complain that some like their women would take, you know, they feel like the woman takes energy during sex away from him, right? It's like, it's just in your mind that this whole concept, beliefs were implanted and make your mind computer run these programs, right? So you have to really work on your what's in your mind and how you relate to the world, to the different aspects, important aspects that will help you be autonomous.
Good. Another question from the same person. Thirst and dry mouth in the early days of self-sufficiency, will it end with the passing of days and the continuation of the clean days? As in, sometimes a person, when you start, especially the dry fasting, the mouth becomes so dry here, and this is the worry of this person. Will this thing now become normal after some time, when now the body has become so clean, you're keeping on not eating and you're living like that and not drinking like that, and not sleeping? So will you now become normal without those dryness, because you have now become very clean?
Вот кто-то прокомментировал, что вот, да, сухой рот становится на вот таких днях, да, вот. Что это связано?
С тем, что человек явно мало взаимодействует, мало говорит, мало целуется, да, поэтому уходит в сон, поэтому сухость после сна обычно. Конфликт.
So, you know, the mouth gets dry because very little interaction with other people, no kissing, right? Again, the kissing is very important. It's like instead of sweets, you know, you can use, if you want a sweet, go back and kiss someone, right? And even the mouth gets dry because you sleep. Maybe some people will sleep a lot when they fast, right? Because they don't interact enough with people. They don't go outside. They stay in the closed environment. They stay close to themselves. They don't see themselves and they don't see other people, right? So when they sleep, and dryness usually happens after sleep. Yeah.
Wow. That's good answer. Now, I said we should do it very shortly, but people have so many questions. What do? We ask these questions or not?
Can we do it? У них очень много вопросов. Можем сейчас это, может, давай предложим, чтобы разделить на две сессии. Сейчас уже очень долго.
Скажи, что у тебя сейчас личное время, если они мне дадут сейчас переводчика, то я с ними останусь взаимодействовать еще какое-то время. Если нет, то мы завтра можем в 10 утра встретиться.
Хорошо, если мне придет, или придет.
Давай я пойду посмотрю. А ты по переводу?
Да. So Anastasiia said that we could continue, but I mean, me personally, I need to go somewhere.
Okay.
You know, to support my autonomous lifestyle.
Okay.
But if you have a translator, she would stay and keep going with the questions. But if not, we could make this as 2 sessions, this one and next one we would, we would complete tomorrow or tonight.
Yeah, let's just do it, finish up tomorrow, because there are so many people who did not also know that we were going to have a meeting today. We don't have a translator now.
Could you give us one moment, please?
Okay.
Вероника пускала его и не знаю, что. Хорошо. Я напишу, смотрела, хорошо. Будем спать.
Что решили?
Ну, мы можем разделить на 2 сессии. Да, если у меня сейчас нет времени. Но я даже если
Давай еще один вопрос ответим.
Да. Okay, so we can have one or few last questions, or for the summary, and we can have the second session tomorrow or any day you are.
This will be the best time again tomorrow, the same time, right?
All right.
10 p.m. Moscow time. Now, April.
Can we please interrupt you? It would be better to have it in our time. Would be morning, when it's morning here, right?
Okay.
The internet sometimes at evening at all doesn't work, and we afraid to just not make.
Okay,
it happen.
we'll do it morning. Okay. Now, April, because you are here and you have questions in the chat, please can you just ask questions in the chat? From those questions you have asked, you can just read them. But do I read them for you?
Yeah, just apparently Anastasiia gained some weight recently, and I just wondered how, if you're not eating, like you're like, I got boobs and I'm bigger. I'm like, I don't know. I just wondered, and some people that don't eat, they're plump. Like, I'm like, how are you plump if you're not eating for a year? And it's not appealing to me, like I grew up in a very overweight family and always whinging, I'm fat, I eat too much. And I'm like, I just don't understand how you can keep not eating and then you're still plump. I don't know. Is it just me?
So вот на неделе, да, вот грудь становится больше или нет.
Да.
Вот, и ты такая не очень там худая, вот, как бы нормально, вот, что и ты не ешь, и как это вообще возможно, да, что...
Часто человек излишне худой, про меня или про себя, или вообще про людей?
Вообще, вот про себя вот говорит, да.
Ну, потому что стимуляторы, они часто истощают тело, не только тело на стимуляторах полнеет, да, может, допустим, она вспомнит очень худых там женщин уже старого возраста, да, которые едят, курят, и при этом они очень худые, высохшие. То есть стимуляторы не только делают тело большим, они еще делают тело истощенным. А автономия, она очень гармонично делает.
So the stimulation, like food, even makes like exhausts the body. It's not like we used to think that the food would make us, more. Looking more, better, or it's even, makes exhausted, but the autonomy makes it more naturally, letting body just get into your own form as it is encoded in your DNA, I guess, and just letting the way, clearing the way to be as it should be, not suffocated with some stimulants, right, that we usually use. So getting bigger boobs, or having them in a better state, that is exactly what's happening. It's just body restores everything, you know, regenerate, and you get back into the form that you should have always been in. So I don't know if that's answering your question. Maybe you have some.
So you're saying as you go further into autonomy, it'll just get better and better, and you're not in control really of the weight. You're in control of your life, but not your weight. It'll just be the best it can be.
Yeah.
Great. I love that.
Как бы вот, да, ты контролируешь свою жизнь, и вот тело вот само в себе, да, вот как бы возобновляется, и вот оно с каждым днем ты автономишь, да, как бы как долго ты автономишь, как бы так лучше твое тело будет выглядеть.
Скажи, да,
Yes,
очень точно.
yes, exactly as you summarized that. Yeah, that's
Do
beautiful.
you believe in the law of attraction still?
Even what?
Do you still believe in the law of attraction, or that goes out the window and it's like God is within us, so we become so powerful and everything just happens perfectly? You don't have to think and attract everything now. You don't have to try so hard. You know, the whole meditation and law of attraction thing?
It's we don't do that, but I will translate. So do you believe? Ты веришь в вот закон притяжения, вот как бы в медитации, ты хочешь что-то, и тебе надо вот притянуть это, да? Как бы веришь в Бога, что Он тебе даст, ждешь, что Он тебе даст. Да? Ну, надо сказать, что мы боги, да? И все, когда ты на автономии, все потому что тебе надо. Ты уже есть все.
Так как-то на автономии даже не возникает таких вопросов, потому что происходит все наилучшим образом для тебя, так как ты хочешь.
So when you're autonomous, it just happens the best as you wish in your heart, and you don't even have those such questions like, or you know, thinking I have to meditate or to attract something. You know, you attract everything the best, and it's like you are the God already, right? So you create immediately what you want.
I love it. Yeah, I love it. Because some people try so hard, you know, they try so hard, and I love this. Yeah. Say hi. Thank you. Thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow.
Yes.
Okay, let's just do it tomorrow, morning hours. We'll just do it tomorrow morning hours to finish up with every other question we have. I'll let the group members know. Thank you so much, Anastasia and Ivana. Ivana, by the way, you said you're also living autonomous, and you've made me feel like, okay, we'll talk about it tomorrow, about your journey also. Okay.
Yeah.
Are you living without food? Are you living without food? You don't eat, Ivana?
Well, we're now kind of on the same stage, experience with Anastasiia. We live, you know, we are together going and doing everything, and it's kind of this period of time we have kind of similar, right, experience and similar, you know, realizations. So yeah, it's pretty much like that.
So you're making me get okay. We have said bye. We are going to talk tomorrow anyway. But you're making me feel like, wow, we need to talk. So we'll talk tomorrow.
Yes.
Bye. Bye. See you
Goodbye.
tomorrow.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yes.
Manage your time. Thank you.
Yeah.
Most welcome.
Bye.